In this lesson, we will be constructing parallel and perpendicular lines. Remember, with a construction, you only need two tools. You need your compass, and you need a straight edge, or a ruler can serve as a straight edge. We're just not going to use it as a measuring device. So the first postulate in this lesson is the parallel postulate. The parallel postulate says that through a point not on a line, there is one and only one line that is parallel to the given line. So in this example, we have point P that is not on line L, and there's exactly one line through point P that is parallel to line L. So in problem 1, we're going to be constructing parallel lines. So we're going to construct the parallel line to the given line through a given point that's not on the line. So we have line L, we have point N that's not on line L, and we have to construct line M through N so that line M is parallel to line L. The first thing that you have to do is label 2 points on line L. We're going to call those H and J. And then the next thing we're going to do is to draw line HN. You need to make sure that when you draw line HN, you go up far enough that we can construct an angle at point N. So at point N, we're going to construct angle 1 that's congruent to angle NHJ. We constructed congruent angles back in chapter 1. So if you'll remember to construct a congruent angle, we're going to put the point of your compass on point H and draw an arc that crosses both sides of the angle that's going to be copied. Don't move your compass. Keep this compass setting and move the pointed end up to N and make that same arc. So now you have 2 arcs, one with a vertex of H. Then you have another arc where you put your compass point at N. Now you're going to use your compass as a measuring device, and you're going to measure the width of the angle to be copied. So I'm going to put my compass on each point of intersection and then move it up to the point of intersection of the arc that is at the angle that we're going to make it in, and make a compass mark there, make an arc, so that you have a point of intersection of the arc and the measurement for the width. So then we're going to make a line that's through N and that point of intersection. And we're going to label that line M. So you've now constructed line M through point N that is parallel to line L. And the question below this is, why must line L and M be parallel? So what have you just constructed? You've constructed congruent angles that are in corresponding positions. So we've used the corresponding angles converse to ensure that those lines are parallel. The next page of notes that we have is starts out with the perpendicular postulate. With the perpendicular postulate, through a point not on a line, there is one and only one line that's perpendicular to the given line. So here we have point P not on line L, and there's one line through point P that's going to be perpendicular to line L. So we have two constructions to do here for perpendicular lines. For the first one, point R is not on line L, and so we're going to construct a line through point R that's perpendicular to L. In the second construction, it's the same type constructing a perpendicular line, but here the point P is on line L, just a little bit different. So let's look at problem 2. We're going to construct a line through R that is perpendicular to L, and point R is not on line L. So the first thing we're going to do is open the compass to a size greater than the distance from R to L. So there's the distance from R to L. So we're going to open it up just a little bit bigger than that. And keep that setting. Notice I'm moving my paper under the compass. So I've constructed an arc that intersects line L in 2 points. So we're going to label those points E and point F. So now we're going to place the compass point on point E, and we're going to make an arc that's below the line, and then place the compass point on F, keep that same compass setting, and make another arc that crosses that one. So we're going to label that point G. So now we're going to draw the line. We're going to draw the line through R and G. And that is going to be perpendicular to line L. The last construction is another perpendicular line, but it's through a point that's on line L. So to do that, we're going to have to construct 2 points on line L that are equidistant from point P. So just using your compass as a measuring device, we're going to put the point on P, make a mark to mark a distance. On the right side of point P, use that same compass setting, turn your compass around, keep the point on P, and make that same distance. Make an arc on the left side of point P. So we're going to label these points A and B. Now we're going to open the compass wider, so that when we put the compass point on A, we're going to make it a little wider than half the distance of the length of AB. So a little past point P. And we're going to draw an arc that's above point P. Keep that same compass setting and turn your compass around to put the point on point B, point of your compass, and make that same arc that crosses the first one that you made. We're going to label that point of intersection point C. You're going to draw a line through points C and P. That is going to be your line CP that is perpendicular to line L.